Everyone has a story. Beyond the polished highlights we show the world lies the one we actually live, the version marked by unanswered prayers and the seasons that went on longer than we thought we could bear. These are the chapters where you keep showing up with a smile, while something inside feels completely hollow. You likely carry questions you've never spoken out loud because you aren't sure God is listening, let alone ready to answer them. I want to tell you something I believe with my whole heart. God is not finished with your story, especially the parts that feel like a dead end. What currently looks like failure or a season of permanent famine is actually an open page resting in the hands of the ultimate author. To see how he writes that story, we have to look back 3,000 years. Ruth was a young widow, trapped in a foreign land and grieving the loss of everything she ever knew. Her daily reality was a fight for survival. She walked out into the heat to glean leftover grain from the edges of fields owned by strangers. By every logical and historical measure, her story reached its conclusion in those fields. Yet, in the middle of her grief and a total lack of clarity, she made a deliberate choice to keep walking toward the Lord. Ancient starvation and modern emotional despair might look different on the surface, but they feel the same. Both require the same divine rescue. That rescue arrived one step and one mundane day at a time. Ruth offered what I call an ordinary yes, a quiet, unglamorous obedience that set a much larger divine blueprint into motion. God took her survival-level obedience and wove it into one of the most consequential stories ever told. Ruth's biography functions as a practical map for God's work in your life today. The spiritual mechanics of redemption are consistent. Your daily surrenders today carry the same weight as those that eventually turned a foreign widow into the ancestor of a king. I am inviting you to begin a 30-day journey walking side by side with her. We will systematically walk through her pain, her courage, and the quiet trust she developed in a God she was only beginning to know. We will sit with her in the hardest, driest chapters and stand with her when the light finally breaks through. I wrote this book and recorded these videos specifically for you. I know how it feels to wait for the light. Committing to this study is a deliberate intervention into your own spiritual healing. It is a choice to let God turn your ordinary story into a radiant one. By day 30, a deeper understanding of Ruth's restoration will translate into a complete reimagining of your own identity. You will see yourself through God's unclouded eyes, completely loved, chosen, and radiant. This is the ending to the story God refused to leave unfinished. Let's begin. One day, one verse, and one surrendered step at a time. Turning the page on your season of famine requires only your single yes today.